In today's world, while many teenagers may be distracted and seek fleeting pleasures, enticed by temporary highs through outside substances, still there are few who find lasting happiness in deep connection with the cultural heritage and spiritual beliefs. Our guest today is a 14-year-old meditator and falls in the second category. Let's begin the podcast. Namaskaram, Anna.
Namaskaram, Akka.
How are you?
I'm fine, Akka. How are you?
I'm good too, thank you. So, we got to know this interesting fact about you that you have worked as a child dubbing artist and that your mom is also a dubbing artist and she has dubbed for many movies, including the Maleficent Telugu version. Am I right?
Yes, Akka.
Please tell us more about your background.
As you gave an introduction already, first of all, namaskaram to everyone, whoever are watching this video, the podcast. My name is Suprit and I'm from Hyderabad. So, my mom is a dubbing artist, a serial artist, and a movie artist too. She had dubbed in so many movies, like most of the famous was the Maleficent, in which she had dubbed. And my father works as a dubbing in charge. So that's my mother and father's profession. And like I dubbed in some of the movies, like in the Telugu only. One of the biggest emotional or like the most connected character which I said was in the where the it was like I think so Jungle Book, where the Mowgli is. I don't remember the proper name, and that movie, it's available in Netflix. And Mowgli has a very best friend. It's a fox actually. They're very cunning, right? But this fox is like very good to the Mowgli and others. But what happens is that this fox faces a lot of problems. A lot of things happens to it, and I'd up to that fox, and it was like so many years before, and it brought a very good recognition for me. That movie was my favorite, and I like did a very hard work for dubbing that movie.
So, which movie dubbed by your mom you like the most?
Which movie that my mom dubbed, which I like the most, is in Telugu. We have one movie, Gaddala Konda Ganesh. It's I think so. Varun Tej acted in that movie as hero, and Pooja Hegde as the heroine. At the starting, due to a conflict, the mother of the hero will not talk to him for a very long time. He
Hmm.
does something, and due to a conflict, she'll not at all open her mouth for some years, I guess. At the last, my mother dubs to the mother. She'll open her mouth after so many years. So it was like an emotionally connected thing to me because usually mother kids will definitely have some or the other conflicts, right? Like small things also. So that's where I got connected a lot about my mother's dubbing thing. That movie is my most favorite where she dubbed.
Now we want to know more about your childhood and what made you interested in spirituality and particularly Isha?
So basically, my mother, my father, my grandmother, all of the people in my family, we are deeply connected with our religious roots. Even if we wanted to step out of the house, we used to see the Tidhi. What's the Tidhi? What's today's Tidhi? Good time and everything. So my mother and my grandmother, my sister and everyone, we are deeply connected with our roots. And from my childhood, I used to do religious things at home, like doing puja. Whenever my mother used to do the some vratas or anything, I used to definitely sit beside her because I feel like it's kind of protection to me. Like I'll be sitting with my mother and there'll be God. I face a lot of problems actually. I wanted to say this. Usually in our society, boys, especially I'm talking about boys, the boys will be definitely talking abusive words, addicted to something, or they're in a wrong path. And I think so, even the girls are being like this these days. So I was like in my family, Each and every family teaches their children to be good boy, good girl. But my family, I don't know about the other families and other things, but my family, like, you have to be good. Suprit, you have to not talk bad words, you have to not raise your hand, you have to respect women. Okay,
Hmm.
even my sister says, with me, I still remember the day when we were going out on a work in the bike. She said that, Suprit, you will be saying me, like, we have that bond, right? Sibling bond. I'll be saying that in Telugu, Vosai, means a cute kind of calling her. So my sister said that, Suprit, you're calling me as Vosai. It's okay if you call me because I'm your sister. Okay. But you, if you call others like this, like your friend also, until she's your best friend, you have to not call like that. And that's
Hmm.
how each and every day, each and every time went like that. So as I said, I was into very religious things. Like I used to help my mom whenever she used to do something related to puja or anything. And as I said, the boys were like talking abusive words, doing something nonsense and everything. But I was not at all like that. But a lot of friends wanted to influence me as they were.
Hmm.
But the problem came was I was not getting influenced. That was their problem. I was not being like them. Usually, boys in the society, whatever you need to raise your hand, you need to beat someone because before the times, male domination was the most.
Yeah, agree.
Now, even male domination is there, and now women domination is also there. Both are now equal. They wanted like me to be like that, the society. You're a boy, right? So you have to talk something abusive, you have to do something bad. So I was being insulted like that way. I don't wanted to talk about it. So yeah, so that was a very big thing for me in my mind. It created a very bad kind of, emotional thing. Like, why in this, as we said, in this Kali Yuga, especially in this Kali Yuga, people will be like this only.
Hmm.
Even, when my friends are this, Suprit, I think so. You belong to somewhere in 1900, Suprit. I know. Somewhere you are connected with 1900. You behave like you are in that time. In my house also, whenever there is a help, or in my I help my mom in cooking. I used to help my mom. I used to, if there's no maid coming to the home, I used to sweep the home.
Hmm.
Even today I do. Like whenever I feel bored, there's something I wanted to, which is not at all organized. I wanted to organize it. So I was like that kind of person. So people said boys should not do cooking. Boys should not do this. So I was being pointed out like that from my childhood. So it's a kind of stereotype which that time people used to follow. And I hope the people should leave this kind of stereotype from their mind right now. The generations had been changed and the people's mind should also change. Nice, good childhood, which I enjoyed the most, had been ended at the time of COVID, when the COVID had started actually.
Hmm.
Like I'm just coming to an, different phase of my time. So, as you all know, the COVID hit it. COVID gave a lot of things for so many, like some good things, some bad memories, some good memories. So, in the COVID time, what happened was, I was like, first thing was, it was online school, online classes. First, biggest problem which had happened to me was, I was addicted to phone. And until my fifth, what happened means I used to be very systematic. I used to wake up at 6. By 7:30, I used to get ready to school, go to school, come back from school at 3:30. Then again, at that 15 minutes at home, I used to eat my lunch fastly so that I can go to tuition at 4 o'clock.
Hmm.
After 4 o'clock, I used to come back at 8 o'clock at the evening. And by the 9, Akka, you understand or don't? I don't know. By the time the clock it strikes at 9 o'clock. Automatically, I used to sleep. Automatically. So that showed me that Sadhguru in his one of his book, in that book, He explains about the rural tribe near the Isha, that place. People work hard and they sleep. So that's the reason they don't have any sleeping disorders. So as then
Correct.
I understood, I used to work very hard, physically, mentally. So I used to sleep happily. So
Yeah.
that sleep was also enough. There's a YouTube channel in Telugu. One person is there, Nanduri Srinivas. He tells a lot of spiritual stories. He tells a lot of spiritual stories about this mystery, Tirupati mystery, that mystery, what is there here. Like I used to get a lot of fantasy to hear them. So the biggest spirituality seed which had grown into me was when the COVID hit. Then I started doing puja and everything in a very intense kind of way in the
Hmm.
home. So that's how I got into spirituality. And the biggest thing I made a mistake is in sixth and seventh, I didn't listen to the some of the classes very well. Like especially other classes I used to listen, but in the max class, what it was the problem is I didn't take it that bit of seriousness while listening to the max. So sixth class went like that. So it was the first year of the COVID. Nothing meant that much to me. And then the second year of the COVID, and that time I was in the seventh class. Even seventh also went in this way only. And when I came into eighth standard, everything changed. Literally everything changed for me. When the eighth standard started, first of all, in the max, I said no. I was little lacking in the basics, so I used to get a little, the marks which I wanted to expect, the marks I used to get were not the same.
Hmm.
So that was how it went, and it was the time I exactly entered the age of adolescence.
Hmm.
I understood what is adolescence and how we should be at this point of time. My parents didn't allow me to step out of the house for playing with others. That was my situation because they were scared that whether my child would get spoiled.
Hmm.
But what my sister did was, my sister is a very brave person. Like, if we tell her to jump off the cliff also, she'll jump. She'll not jump really. So she is that kind of person. So she is the one who pushed me. Suprit, you need to explore everything, explore like everything. But she used to tell only one thing: be with good companion. Wherever you don't get the respect, don't be there. When eighth standard started, and now I understood what is the next step because eighth, ninth, 10th, most crucial years. So after that, my actual life will start. What job I'll do, what courses I have to take, what is my dream of my life. So now I started to understand everything in a matured kind of way. At that point of time, my sister got the admit for some of the one of the colleges in the USA, and that's it. She flew, and I was alone. I became lonely because she's the one who pushed me, who used to tell me something or else motivation. She
Hmm.
used to give me a lot of motivation. At that time also, I lost a lot of friends in eighth. I used to have two friends in my during the COVID time. They One of the friend is very connected with me till now, and one friend, what happened was that person used to call me. I don't wanted to reveal what the gender and the name is. Used to call me. We used to play Roblox. We were that much connected. I thought that person was my best friend. Well, I came into eighth. That person will just go from here. I will see that person face, but there's no expression. There are a lot of friends whom I left like this. I don't know the reason. Because, as I said, because of the other like influence on them also. Like he is doing like this. He is being Basically, being good is very bad at this time of age, but still we have to be good to the people.
Hmm.
So other people, I think so, they influenced that person, or I don't know. Like there are people who influence the people to not be with me. Actually, they stop talking with me. And why did this happen? And what's the reason? Also, I didn't know. And some friends, some people, not friends. Friends is a different thing. People are a different thing. Yeah. So some people in my school also still think that he's being like this, he's doing ritual, he's like being a good person, not talking any abusive things. So they feel they wantedly insult me. Then what happened means the biggest hit back to me was my sister leaving to US, because she is the only person who used to push me like, Suprit, you have to be brave and everything. Some secrets as a sibling, I'll say only to her. I'll not say to anyone. And then what happened was the exams, I get a little less marks, like not less. I cannot say it as less. I can say that marks which I had expected had not come in the subject. So I used to get depressed a lot in this point of situation. And due to some small things only, people left me completely. And, uh, I used to have a kind of feeling to go in front of the people. Like I am very socially person. Like I can go and talk in front of so many people. Like I can be like confident in speaking. So this kind of confidence, why it came also, I'll explain you. But I used to have a feeling that I can, if I talk like this, will they say something to me? I used to overthink a lot.
How did you come to know about Isha, and when did you start following Sadhguru and why?
I was a very big anti-Sadhguru.
Okay.
I used to hate Sadhguru like a lot, like a lot. Like whenever I used to get his, reels or his shorts, I used to skip them. He used to say good things only. There's nothing bad. Whatever he's saying something which is very helpful for us. But still, I used to hate him the most, because here, especially in India, we have a problem that every guru is a godman,
Hmm.
but Sadhguru is not a godman. He is just a person who is transforming the people. The transformer is someone who is called as guru, right?
Hmm.
So he, for us, the Isha meditators and all who follow Isha, he's the guru for us. I said it a very, quirkiest way. When was I actually connected to him was, my mother, my father and my sister were in Tirupati for Balaji's darshan. We went for Tirupati, and my father gets a call that, hello, we wanted to go for a trip and we're planning to go to Isha Foundation. When my father said, like, will you come with us? My father asked me. Actually, it was like an, colleagues go out. They're going out with their
Okay.
colleagues, with their working members. Who they wanted to go to Isha Foundation, Kunu, and some other places nearby. So the first place was Isha Foundation. So my father and my mother asked, Suprit, will you come with us? I straightforwardly said, no, mummy, I hate that person the most. I don't want it to come to that place, or I just don't want it to be there.
Hmm.
Because of that kind of stereotype that gurus are like their godmans, they only eat money, they are very into money. My father and my mother went to the Isha Foundation, and when like it's a luck kind of thing, or they have any fortune, I don't know. Unknowingly, they went on Kartika Purnima,
Hmm.
and it happened when means I think so in 2021. Usually Kartika Purnima comes near November and December, right? They came back. My mother started to explaining me how everything goes in Isha Foundation. The only thing which I know what is there in Isha Foundation was the Adiyogi statue. Above that, I don't know anything. When she came back to home, she explained how was her experience in the, like, we have some deities there like Dhyanalinga, Linga Bhairavi, Yogeshwara Linga, of course Adiyogi. She came back, she said that when I sat in the dome of Dhyanalinga, she told me that her soul, which was her energies, which was like pulling inside that linga. Like it was getting, she felt like herself was floating there.
Oh.
She exactly explained me like this only. And I didn't understand what the hell is she even speaking? Why will this all happen like that? Like she explained me, her soul was floating inside that dome. She explained, why will that soul come out from the body all of a sudden? Even we have the great sages who attained that thing, but
Hmm.
I didn't understand because I thought that Sadhguru was fake. And what are the energies? Really, is there an energy there? I thought like that. Then she explained me about the Linga Bhairavi Devi, how vibrant is she. Then she, like, suddenly she lied down and did the Dandam. So she gave me the Abhaya Sutra too, the Devi Abhaya Sutra. She tied to me.
Hmm.
But as you know, I had a very bad feeling. At least for her happiness, I only wear it for only one day. It should be worn for 41 days mandala, right?
Yeah.
I wore it only for one day and removed it, throwed it actually. To be honest, I should not do that thing, but I did because I didn't have that thinking knowledge at
Hmm.
that time. So this was the first time that how Isha was being here into my mind, how I got what like connected in some or the other way, but it was in a negative way.
Hmm.
So what happened the next was days passed on, days passed on. Mahashivratri day came, 2022 Mahashivratri. So what happened was my sister was in menstrual cycle at that point of time. Usually, a lot of people don't allow the woman who is in menstrual cycle to do the things, right? So, but we were not at all like that. My sister used to do all the things except going inside the God's room. I think even in the Dhyanalinga and Lingabhayari also, the people who are in the menstrual cycle also enter the temple.
Yeah. Correct.
Even the priestess who is doing the thing in the Lingabhayari temple is a woman.
Yeah. Agree.
She can't miss her menstrual cycle, right? That was her last Mahashivratri in India. That was the first point because she'll be leaving the country she'll be leaving India and she'll be going to USA. I felt very bad, totally very bad. Because why like this? Okay, I'll give respect to my religion and my traditions, but not like I felt that yo, she'll be last time here in India, and how can she just miss this wonderful festival of Lord Shiva? That was the first time I created a space separately for something spiritual in my house. That was the first time I created the space, and after that, that space completely turned into what do you say, Isha kind of space. In my house, we have a linga, which is like 140 years to 150 years old. That linga is 140 to 150 years old. I think so. It's more also. I don't know. It was been passed to my grandmother by their in-laws and the generation. So we have a lot of kind of antique things in our house. Like we have a 60-year-old, Rajarajeswari Devi's photo, which you can say. Lot of antique things will be found in my house, especially in the God's room. So I kept that linga, did the Rudrabhishekam, and what happened next was the life started from the Isha Foundation,
For
Mahashivratri life.
Mahashivratri. Yeah.
Mahashivratri live started. Yeah, every year we'll have a live, right? So that live started, and there was a chant coming, and that was the Nirvana Shatakam.
Hmm.
Nirvana Shatakam, we know the what's Nirvana Shatakam. Manobuddhya hankara chittani naham na tashrotal vishvena chagrana netri na chavyoma bhumina tejo na vayu chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. I'm nothing. I'm Shiva, the eternal Shiva. I kept earphones, closed my eyes. I wanted to see what is exactly Nisha. It was like a kind of, wanted, I cannot express the word, something which I wanted to test it. So I, kept the chant, closed my eyes. The chant is very vibrant, right? Usually, Isha chants are very, very vibrant. I closed my eyes and I sat, lit the lamps. I still remember that day. Closed my eyes. I sat for a very long time. The Nirvana Shtakam was playing. I sat for a very long time. And then I felt like an ecstasy kind of thing. I don't know why. Like my eyes were completely closed. I was just hearing to that lyrics, that vibrations which are coming. I just closed, just straight. I was just concentrating on one energy, and that's how I felt something different inside me. Then I did a lot of research on Isha. Like I've, heard Sadhguru's a lot of videos of Sadhguru, lot of things about Isha, about the Dhyanalinga consecration, about the Linga Bhairavi consecration. Especially the thing which got me super connected to my heart was uh, Vijay Kumari Ma's life story. We have a documentary in YouTube also of her. I literally cried when I saw her this thing. Like her, even her smile looks so divine. So
Agree.
she did everything. She did everything about yoga because it's something meant to Sadhguru,
Hmm.
right? She didn't. She just did because Sadhguru wanted to do something. So I got connected with it. Then I got the ring and everything, which are essential to do. Some people, said in YouTube, revolved around things in the Isha Life app. I just went through all of these things. I got the Isha ring actually after the wearing that Isha ring and everything. I got like super, like if I became like a fireball actually. To be
Okay.
honest, if someone when I start now I'm not eligible to do the inner engineering, but when I get eligible for it, I'll definitely do because it's the main thing, right? I used to do the Isha Kriya. Isha Kriya, I used to do it every day, and I feel something like energy is being stored inside me.
Hmm.
The external energy, I feel like the energy which I'm wasting outside is being like stored inside me. When someone was poking me or insulting me, it was not going into my mind. Like I used to hear, just leave it. Before that, I used to be very emotional about this thing. I used to cry with my mom. Mama, they are saying like this, like that. So things stopped working for me inside my mind so seriously, that much seriously. That was the biggest change which came into me and which helped me the most actually after doing the Isha Kriya. I used to even think in a different way also. Maybe something my prarabdha karma is being breaking.
Hmm.
Why shouldn't I think like this?
What was your
Yeah,
colleagues' reaction or your friends' reaction to you doing Isha Kriya? Did they come to know about it? And if they did, what was their reaction?
as Sadhguru says, a youth how it will be. That much fiery. That everyone used to be like that, and starting they didn't listen anything to me. I gifted so many things to so many people which Isha Shoppe gives, and I tried to make those kind of people into good people. I've did to some of the people, but starting no one knows about Sadhguru that much in our school actually. Like some of them are there who are very into it, like whose father or mother are initiated with Sadhguru and like that. So it was like that to me. And when Sadhguru launched the Save Soil movement, then I got a chance to talk about this. So Jayaleka Akka came to our school actually for talking about this Save Soil. She explained who is Sadhguru exactly is, what is Save Soil movement, and then I started to speak about Save Soil movement and of course about Sadhguru.
Hmm.
Today, people, when I talk about these things, they think that what is he talking? But after that, they'll be connected in some or the other way. Whatever I'm talking in the school. Still now, as I said no before doing the Isha Kriya and everything, I have a best friend actually who does the Isha Kriya and everything. Before doing the Isha Kriya, I used to have, like, I said no. Being front in front of the people, if I talk, I used to have an overthinking. When Jayalekha Akka came to the school and when I stood up in that conference hall and I talked, at the so that kind of overthinking kind of feeling came out of me completely.
How was your experience at Isha Ashram, Coimbatore?
From the time Akka I was initiated with the Isha Foundation, Sadhguru and everything, from that time I wanted to visit the ashram so, eagerly. What happened was in the 2022 Kartika Purnima, I wished God that God please let me come to your temple Dhyanalinga, and in 2023 I went to the ashram. So I went to with a person who dubs to Sadhguru in Telugu. Okay, he
Oh,
dubs
okay.
to Sadhguru in Telugu. So we both went. We went by flight, and when we reached the ashram, as he needs to dub to Sadhguru, he was most of the time he was busy. He said, "Suprit, wherever you wanted to go, go, and no, there's no need to get scared. Everyone will help you." So that was how I went around the ashram. I was just first of all I was scared because first thing was it's Tamil Nadu.
Hmm.
I don't know Tamil well. My grandmother and they know the Tamil language well, but I was scared that if someone will say Tamil, that was my reaction actually. So I went there and I didn't know where the Dhyanalinga was exactly. Okay, I just went. I saw a pillar on which there are all the religions and everything.
Sarv
Then I
Dharmastha.
went Sarva Mata or Sarva Dharma Sthal, and then I climbed the high steps. And we have a Telugu singer here this side. Her name is Smita. I got an opportunity to meet her. She made a lot of songs to Ishana. So that's the only thing where I saw about what is Dhyanalinga and how it will be. So I saw this, Patanjali here. I just turned like this and saw it was like very intense there. Then one tree structure will be. I don't know the name actually. Then I entered into the Dhyanalinga. My sister had a friend. He was also very much into Isha Foundation. What he said was, Suprit, when you enter the Dhyanalinga, sit to the right side of the Dhyanalinga. So, means it would be very intense, it seems. It was mentioned in that book also, he said. So, I didn't remember anything while entering the Dhyanalinga. So, I saw one of the video of Vaisa Khanna. He explained about if you sit here and here, you'll like the negativity which you have inside you will go. It will get
Yeah.
smashed up. So unknowingly, just yesterday I saw his video actually. Unknowingly, I sat correct beside the Dhyanalinga. Just imagine. Exactly beside the Dhyanalinga, we have a rule like 2 minutes seeing the linga and 10 minutes into the deep meditation. I came out of the Dhyanalinga. It was the first day. I wanted to go inside the Surya Kund, but I was scared because of the water. I know there are volunteers who will definitely help me if something will happen. Nothing will happen. I wanted to go with that Anna only because I was a bit scared. Even the Adiyogi statue too. So then at starting we have Malai Vasil entrance, right? We didn't enter from that side. We entered from other entrance. So yeah, when I came out of the Dhyanlinga and I felt something was attracting me inside. And then I again went inside the Dhyanlinga dome. And that Anna said me to sit to the right side of the Dhyanlinga inside the dome structure. I sat inside. 2 minutes seeing the linga, and that's it, Akka. I didn't open my eyes for 2.5 hours. Didn't open my eyes. Literally, I didn't open my eyes. I was creating kind of force here. Sadhguru says, na, everywhere. You need to create tension here. I felt that that tension created in a very high way without knowing. It pained me here a lot. Here, exactly here. When if I was like in that dome, there was something which was pulling me down inside the dome. With some energies were pulling me down and some are pulling me up. It was a different kind of experience. My whole body was like paining like anything, like I was in my hospital bed. But I wanted to wake up, but I can't. There was something which was pulling me down. I closed my eyes. That silence was really perfect, actually. That, even the small water drips which fall from the, that thing, that sound, they will actually even close it sometime by keeping the flowers there. And the air which was revolving around, the sounds and the energy which was exactly center there, which that created me so intense there. I didn't came out of like 2.5 to 3 hours at first day. I sat there, I didn't come. Usually biologically also, if we sit for a very long time we cannot wake up, uh, like we can't stand up. When the time I opened on the first day, usually we have a very numb kind of feeling, right? For if we sit for a very long time, but I touched my thumb, closing my eyes. It didn't feel numb. So then I felt like standing. Then I came out, and then I went to the Linga Bhairavi temple. Saw Devi. Devi is very vibrant. She is very vibrant, very exuberant. Like Devi, in that Devi's temple, you'll not feel the same things in the Dhyanlinga as same things in Linga Bhairavi temple. You feel the same things which you felt in the Dhyanlinga in a different way. Like Devi is something which she takes something like in perfect offering. Dhyanlinga is someone who would be still and will make us still. I felt like in the Linga Bhairavi temple, like I wanted like to float, like dance, like sing in that temple. I was just in tears when we'll just pass near the Devi like this, right?
Hmm.
I was in tears actually. And that was how the first day went. And even after coming out of the Linga Bhairavi temple, again I went to the Dhyanalinga. Dhyanalinga was not that field of attraction which was there with me and the Dhyanalinga
Hmm.
is unexplainable actually. When again I sat in the dome, again I felt that pulling thing. I couldn't wake up for half an hour. Then I felt okay, now I should come on. Then I went to the room. We got the cottages. The second day, also the same thing, but in an intense way. Second day, because the first day after before going to the room, I got some, Isha Live. We have the shop in there only, so I liked a lot of products there and some clothing also. So I brought a lot of dresses, not dresses, dhotis, shirts, rings to gift my friends and everything. So second day, I woke up at there was one akka actually there named Ghazala Akka in the Guru Puja there. I used to attend the Guru Puja every day. I don't remember the exact timing. Morning and evening it would be there in the hall. I used to go and attend that after coming out from the Linga Bhairavi temple. She was like a very good friend as you are how you are with me. She's also like the same. So she explained me and everything. So the second day it went in a very intense way actually. Second one. First of all, I think so at the morning time, 9 o'clock, I attended the Guru Puja, went inside the Dhyanlinga temple. At that day, there was no rush. And I woke up really early on that day. Morning at some time, I went to the Dhyanlinga temple, and then at 9 o'clock, I think so, I went to the Guru Puja. After that, again, I went to the Dhyanlinga temple. I didn't came out for like 5.5 to 6 hours. I didn't come out. There was something which was making me peaceful, which was making me relaxed, totally relaxed, that this body is not there. The only soul which was been lying on my body. That's the how I was experiencing inside the Dhanalinga temple actually. And the second day went like this, and on that day again the Linga Bhairavi temple. Of course, I cannot leave the Devi. Then the second day we went to the Adiyogi light show, and that was the first time I was seeing the Adiyogi in front of my eyes physically there. I was very excited that the Sarpa Vasal also, Sarpa Vasal gate also. I took a picture. I don't. The Vyadarshan was very intense. I got like a lot of goosebumps. After that, the third day, I went inside the Surya Kund with that Anna who dubs to Sadhguru in Telugu. His name is Gautam. He works in the Telugu film industry also as a dubbing artist. So we went inside the Surya Kund. Then we came out, sat inside the Dhyanlinga temple. Then we went to the Linga Bhairavi. At that was the last day. So I was like controlling myself. 12 minutes only. Today I'll sit only 12 minutes because I should leave to Hyderabad.
Hmm.
So I cannot concentrate on the last day because I used to have this feeling. And the other thing is, if you wanted to go inside the Dhyanalinga, of course, Dhyanalinga will pull your energies and make you shut your mind. He'll shut your mind, definitely. But you have to have a soul of yourself that I will sit here for some time. So the third day, I didn't have that feeling because I was in a rush to leave. That place, I felt a lot of emotional from while leaving from there. I cried, but no one knew. I feel like inside only I was crying something. Then I felt like again, maybe again I'll come here. I'll see this all again.
How was your experience with food at Isha Ashram?
The food was very different. First of all, it was very different. The food was served only for 2 days in the Bhiksha hall. The system, like you need to wash a plate, you need to wash a glass. It felt like a responsibility for me. I didn't feel like there there must be no maids who need to do these things because we ate. We have to only clean the plate, right? It's a responsibility. I felt like that. I ate there, and the food was only 2 times a day. And Akka, I am a big foodie. First of all,
Hmm.
if I get hungry, I'll forget my senses. I'll leave my senses. I'll get mad even at home. I need food urgent, really. So I'll be like shouting kind of person. But there, only 2 meals per day. It was enough for me the whole day. I didn't feel at all hungry again. I didn't feel hungry at all. And even I volunteered in the Bhiksha hall. That was how the food. And now I'm suffering with a very terrible acne. When I went to the ashram for the 3 days, Akka, maybe the water, the atmosphere, and everything, I don't know. My face got super clear, no acne, nothing. When I returned back to home,
Hmm.
there was nothing on my face. Now it's like this. I don't know where it will go. So that was how the food and everything. And the best experience which I had was I ate the food and it was the time of Nada Aradhana. I really wanted to attend the Nada Aradhana. Usually the Bhiksha hall and the Dhyanlinga temple, there's a big distance between them. I like ate everything inside. I ran and it was summer. Just imagine how hard was the sun. So I ran and then attended the Nada Aradhana and it was very intense. Yeah.
What do you think about the volunteers at Isha?
First of all, hats off to all the volunteers. Really. See, the volunteers there, they'll uplift you. Like they are involved into that job very intensely that they'll uplift your thing, your sadhana or else about you. Like always the volunteers have a smile on that face. And that's what I miss the most during my, that depressed kind of time. I miss that thing the most. So they always have that beautiful smile on their face, and everyone are treated equally. They'll talk very nicely with me, like especially I told you about the Ghazala Akka, right? She was very close to me, like how you are.
Did you ever feel like leaving Isha at any point of time?
Yeah, it happened to me one time. Like it's a very miraculous incident which took place. Like one day, I felt super irritated on myself. I felt so irritated that I wanted to leave Isha. I wanted to leave everything. So what did I thought was now I'll be not at all thinking about this Isha and everything. I came out of my house for buying something, some grocery I think so. So usually at that time the watchman was not there. If we get any post, he'll come to our home and give it. So near the watchman's room or the house, there is a box where the post had been kept. So while I was going out, I saw there was a brown color paper. So I just went and sneaked my hand into it, and I saw it was the Rudraksha Diksha. It was the Rudraksha Diksha, which I ordered it in 2022. 2022 Mahashivratri usually takes a long time, right? I didn't expect that it will come.
Hmm.
I lost hope completely. So I took that Rudraksha Diksha to my that thing, and I
Rudraksha bead.
felt no. I Rudraksha bead to my hand, felt no. I have to never leave Isha at any point of my life. I will never leave. I thought that that energy which was there at the Isha is telling me that no. Like you have to be in this divine womb. I felt like that. So that's
Nice.
the incident which took place, and I never got that thought again.
Okay, now let's start our rapid fire round. So I'll be asking you
Yes.
questions and you have to answer rapidly. So my first question
Yeah.
is, why did you decide to share your story with us on this platform?
I wanted to share this story so that the youth will get at least a bit inspired and they would change.
What changes you have seen in yourself after you started practicing Isha Kriya?
After I started practicing the Isha Kriyaka, the things which used to me bother the most, which used to me like I had a big problem of overthinking, it stopped completely.
What is the difference between spirituality and religion according to you?
See, religion is something which like involves a certain god, a certain this thing and everything, right? But according to me, the spirituality is something where you have the same equality. Spirituality makes spirituality means will which will make you into a good human. Even religion will make, but spiritual religion means you'll just be into the just know the God. But in spirituality, you are involved with the God. You are involved with your practices.
Describe in one sentence the most significant lesson you have learned from Sadhguru's teachings.
I would say confident
Okay.
in your life, confident in your life.
How do you balance your spiritual interest with your school and social life?
First of all, uh, my school, my there's a lot of things which I had to do, my homeworks and all that. Sometimes I may miss my sadhana. Day after tomorrow I'll do. So I try to balance them. I feel the most to meditate at night actually because it's the best time to There's one Sandhya time also. So that's how I balance.
Okay, so the last question is, what advice would you give to other young people interested in exploring spirituality?
The thing which I wanted to say to the youth is if you wanted to explore the spirituality, first of all, you have to be like leaving your habits which are very bad. Your thing with the things which you do in a negative way, you have to leave them. And if you don't leave all, and if you don't leave and you come into spirituality also, definitely those things will come away. So spirituality is first of all, you need a guided who is into spirituality. You have to make friends with them or else there is a lot of things also ISKCON. There are a lot of places where you can get inspiration, you can be spiritual. And the other thing is spirituality means having an equality with all the gods, whether it's be Allah or else it's be Jesus or else it's be our Hindu gods or anything, have to be same. God is the same. This is what which I mainly wanted to say.
That was a wonderful answer, and it was very nice being with you on this podcast. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation. Thank you so much. Namaskaram.
Thanks, Akka. Thank you so much, Akka. Namaskaram.
Suprat is a testament to the enduring power of culture, values, and spiritual integrity, offering hope and inspiration to all those teenagers who are distracted. Hope this podcast will help them and also their parents if they are watching this podcast. See you in next video. Namaskaram.